It's today's hottest music, and to give it the right groove, musicians everywhere are looking to recreate the hot, big sounds of the great analog synths. Introducing the Roland JP-8000 music synthesizer. The sounds of the synth are back. The JP-8000 is the first music synthesizer ever developed using analog modeling sound technology. Analog modeling takes Roland's advanced digital technology to keyboard synthesizers, producing fat and powerful new sounds with all the stunning tonal variations you've always associated with vintage analog synths. But it's not just the sound of the great synths that Roland brought back with the JP-8000. Just feast your eyes and ears on some of these other features. Like for starters, the knobs and sliders essential for creating and editing sounds in a more intuitive and real-time manner. And to give musicians even more control, Roland's added motion control that actually records slider and knob movements. An arpeggiator and RPS function allows you to pre-record and then trigger some of your coolest riffs at the touch of a single key. A ribbon controller to really capture the expression and nuance of the sounds you're pumping out. Digital effects. 8-voice polyphony. So, to bring the hot new sounds you need for today's hot new music, the classic sounds that only analog synths can bring, there's only one choice. The Roland JP-8000.
Build fat, floor-pounding, dance, techno, hip-hop, or jungle grooves with Roland's new MC-303 Groovebox. It's a sequencer and sound module that can play back dance rhythms and styles with over 400 incredible Roland dance sounds. A compact retro-styled box, a musical erector set for DJs and dance musicians. Hi, I'm Roland. I'm here to show you an amazing box that's changing the face of techno and hip-hop music production. The Roland MC-303 Groovebox. This is an instrument that many of us in the dance and music world have been dreaming about. It's a compact sequencer and sound module with killer real-time controls and all the funky Roland drum and synth sounds that have driven progressive dance music creation for years. Classic Roland rhythm and synth sounds such as the TR-808, 909 rhythm composers, the SH-101, MC-202, and TB-303 bassline, plus Juno and Jupiter synths. These are the same sounds that have put techno and hip-hop music on the map. The Groovebox goes several steps further by including a ton of samples and patterns essential for modern dance music, advanced music sequencing capabilities, and extensive real-time control over all of your sounds and patterns. Check out some of the MC-303's 448 sounds, ranging from an SH-101 bass to tones straight from the mothership. The lines you create on the MC-303 can be played directly from the 16-note keypad or programmed into memory in real-time or step entry. Listen to what the MC-303's real-time controls and onboard effects can do to any of the sounds. The MC-303 is also a full-featured drum machine with 12 different drum sets, from a TR-808 Jeep boom and ticky snare, to a hardcore techno kit with aggressive drum sounds straight from Rotterdam. Just choose the kit that's best for your tune. But where the MC-303 really shines is when you start to groove. At the heart of the MC-303 is a sophisticated dance music sequencer with 133 mind-blowing, fully tweakable dance patterns created by some of the top techno, house, and hip-hop DJs in the world. If the word patterns conjures up rumba sounds on your aunt's organ, you're in for a major head charge. The MC-303's simple current and next pattern display lets you know where your groove is and where it's headed. Here I'll go from a hip-hop pattern to something with more of a trance feel. Combine the MC-303's onboard patterns with your own creativity, and you're halfway to having a club hit. The arpeggiator can really funk things up. All you need to do is enter arpeggio mode and play a chord on the keypad. Add a groove and you're all set to go. The Groovebox really lets you interact with your audience. You can remix live by muting and adding parts on the fly. The RPS feature lets you trigger riffs from the keypad in real time. Use the tap button to set the tempo you need. Or use the value wheel. You can set the tempo at any time, before or during a performance. This makes it easier to mix different songs from your turntable or any other source. The 303's real-time control functions get even better here, delivering the tripped-out sounds that keep heads moving. The MC-303's transpose feature lets you change keys immediately. Once you build a groove, you can store all the parameters into one of 50 user locations. To round things out, the MC-303 can also be used as a 28-voice, 16-part, multi-timbral MIDI tone module. It can deliver all these dance and hip-hop sounds ready to be triggered via MIDI. As a full-featured dance-oriented sequencer and sound module, the Roland MC-303 Groovebox contains everything you need to create slamming mixes. Whether you're seen as dance, trance, hip-hop, trip-hop, techno, or jungle, with some practice on the MC-303, you'll be blowing minds and filling dance floors with some insanely fat grooves.
Hi, I'm Dave Fiorazzo, here to introduce the Boss VT-1 voice transformer.
Now, everything you see and hear is done completely without the use of drugs
Or mirrors or special
effects of any kind. What I'm doing is I'm simply talking into the microphone, and the VT-1
voice transformer
does the rest.
What you're about to hear and see in this demonstration does not necessarily reflect the views of Boss, Roland, or this station.
Here's the story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls.
What we're doing here is we're demonstrating the VT-1 voice transformer. It's real easy. I can even use it. It's neat.
The user-friendly tabletop design features 4 sliders
for precise real-time adjustments.
All right, you tuned into Z102 today. Man, it's hot already.
I see a little silhouette of a man.
Scaramouche.
Will you do the fandango?
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo.
Extremely useful for DJs, the VT-1 lets you configure user patches with completely different voice characters and rapidly switch
between them to take on different roles.
Now, like I was telling everybody out there in Radio Land, I'm going to be on The Tonight Show.
Ho, ho, ho. They're coming to take me away.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to wear one of my prettiest little dresses.
I'm a
Pepper, he's a pepper.
She's a pepper.
weird.
Pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Be a pepper, drink Dr. Pepper.
The VT-1 gives
You total control over everything you can do with your voice.
Because you finally have independent control over pitch and format.
Just click your heels together 3 times and say, "There's no place like home."
I'm going to be singing a duet with Willie Nelson, too, like this.
On the road again, I just can't wait to get on the road again.
Luke, it is your destiny to join the dark side of the Force.
The VT-1 also offers high quality
Digital stereo reverb because it's virtually essential for voice processing.
The ship's aground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle with Gilligan.
The skipper to the millionaire.
And his wife, the movie star.
The professor and
Marianne here on Gilligan's Isle.
Wow!
My baloney has a first name. It's
Wilbur.
Christmas, Christmas time is here. How's that?